So call me whatever your little slash big slash medium heart desires. It's completely up to you. Call me what you want. But judging by the fact that you clicked on this video, judging by the title, probably something to do with the right to bear arms or something, I don't know. I don't name my videos until I upload them. So I don't know what it's going to be called, but we'll figure it out, eventually. But we are talking about the big heated debate of the right to bear arms. Oh, don't shoot me. No pun intended, right? No, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it like adults. There's not going to be any ranting, yelling, screaming, judging people, nothing. We're just going to talk about it. We're going to talk about facts, and that is it. That's all we're going to talk about. So let's jump on into it. So I figured the best way to start this off is by reading the Second Amendment. And if you guys aren't familiar with the Second Amendment, it is also known as the right to bear arms. So we're going to go ahead and read this. Don't quote me on it because it's Wikipedia. And I don't need you quoting no Wikipedia because that's what my teachers be saying, right? They're teaching me that bad grammar, right? Here we go. A well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Word for word. There you go. Second Amendment. Now, this isn't the full thing. This is kind of like a brief little, main points. There's also the fact in there from the security of whether the state, the security of a state being foreign or domestic, your enemies. Foreign meaning in the United States, foreign enemies, or domestic enemies, foreign enemies, being outside of the United States and other countries. I'll get to that point in a second, but I want to start off by breaking the Second Amendment down and reading what I got right here, word for word, and giving you what that little section means. So we're going to start with a well-regulated militia. A militia, if you don't know, is the army of the people, not regulated by the government. It's not the Navy, the Army, the Marines. It's none of that. It's solely the civilians of the United States or any other country for that matter. The militia is that country's militia, just the civilians. And in the Second Amendment, it was created because of the blanking out here, the war against Britain for us to free ourselves. The Revolutionary War. I'm so sorry, guys. Had a mind fart, didn't know what to say, but the Revolutionary War, because the militia played a huge part. So when writing the Constitution, that was really big. So that is the foreign enemies. It's also written for domestic enemies. And with the Second Amendment, domestic enemies mainly meaning the government, because a well-regulated militia is in order to keep the balance of the government in check. Meaning, if the government did something that we didn't agree with as the United States civilians, we had a militia to revolt and protest and do all that kind of stuff. That's the purpose of a domestic enemy having the right to bear arms. So we're gonna move to the next section. Be necessary of the security of a free state, which I kind of just covered. Having a well-regulated militia, owning guns is necessary to keeping the United States free. Not my words. Second Amendment. The right of the people to keep and bear arms. That's translation. People have the right to own a gun and keep a gun. Shall not be infringed. Now that last sentence is probably the most controversial sentence at the time, because the argument that people make for that people can't ban assault weapons, they can't set magazine limits, is because of that last sentence. Shall not be infringed. Infringed meaning messing with, aka fixing, just it's practically messing with something, going in, taking it away. And that's what people are arguing is what is going on right now. People are saying that President Barack Obama's decisions, his executive orders, are unconstitutional because it is going against that last sentence. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So him banning assault weapons, according to these people, are saying it's unconstitutional. And if you can't do something that's unconstitutional, it's just how it works in the United States. So my opinions are not. I'm not bringing my opinions into this because I don't feel like it's necessary. But I want you guys to express your opinions in the comment section below because I feel like that is necessary for us to have an adult conversation. It's not just one side. I want to hear everybody's opinions and how they feel about the subject. That's my biggest thing. But now I am kind of bringing my opinions into it. I don't want to, but I kind of have to. I didn't want. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I am a supporter of the Second Amendment. I feel like Barack Obama's executive orders are unconstitutional. Not all of them, but the ones dealing with the banning of assault weapons and magazine limit sizes are unconstitutional because it goes against the Second Amendment. And keep this in mind, if I could vote, I would have voted for Barack Obama in the election because I'm a supporter of a lot of his policies. Again, don't, there's none to see, oh, you Democrat, I'm gonna kill you. No, because there's also many, you know, conservative issues I believe in. I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, I'm in the middle, you know, which is a lot of people. They just don't always admit it. They pick one side or the other, but that's completely fine. But I am a supporter. I feel like this is infringing on our rights, and now I'm gonna give you a little example why. And when somebody asks me, you know, like, why do you need to have an assault weapon? Like, you don't, like, you're not, what's gonna make a difference between you, so, you know, defending yourself with an assault rifle than a handgun? Why do you need that? Why do you need 30 rounds in a gun? Like, why would you need that? If you're gonna shoot somebody, you need like 10. You don't need 30. And you know, I honestly have one response to that, and it's got to be my favorite response in the entire world. Is what is that thing that here I'm like, if I was having a conversation with you, this is what I'd say. I was like, what is that thing that like gives us the 10, you know, basic rights to every human? That's the Bill of Rights. That's how they would respond. Oh, I'm like, yeah, it's the Bill of Rights, not the Bill of Needs. So why should you tell me what I need? You keep saying you don't need this, you don't need that. It is the Bill of Rights. It's not the Bill of Needs. So you don't have the right, no pun intended, to tell me what I need, because that's my decision and my decision only. I have the right to bear arms. You don't have the right to tell me what magazine limits, how many bullets I need, what type of guns I need. No, that's not how it works. And then they say, like, well, I might not, you know, yeah, you have the right, but you know, it's still not necessary. And if they keep on pushing this, it's not necessary issue, then I say this. What's this, you know, what's the maximum speed limit you've ever seen? Normally it's like 75, 80, you know, some people maybe 70. Then why are cars equipped to go 120 plus miles an hour? You don't need to go 120 miles an hour because the law is you can only go 75, 80, 70. You know, why do you need to go 100 miles an hour? Why is that car capable of it? And you get all kinds of responses from this, you know, or in case, for an example, for emergency situations only. I'm only going to be using my gun for emergency situations only. I mean, emergency situation in my case would be somebody coming in my house and I need to defend myself, my family, my kids when I have kids. I don't have kids right now because I'm only 16, but when I have kids, to be able to defend my kids, that's an emergency situation. So I need to have that for an emergency situation. You don't need a car that goes 150 miles an hour, but if your wife was in labor and you need to get to that goddamn hospital, you're going to need a car that goes 90 miles an hour because you're going to break that speed limit, you're going to get to the hospital. That is my response to that. So I kind of went off on a little bit of a rant there, I apologize, but the main point I want to get across is people don't have the right to tell me what I need. I don't have the right to tell you like how you need to live your life, what clothes you need to wear, because you know, you don't need to have all that piercings on your face, but you have a right to have those piercings on your face because it's the right to express yourself, the First Amendment. If somebody infringed on your right to, you know, express yourself, you would all be pissed. But the fact is you know, not everybody owns guns, and people are reacting to the whole Newtown shooting, which, don't get me wrong, it was a insane tragedy, and you know, it's crazy. But people are reacting to it emotionally and judging their opinions on emotions only. They're not thinking things through. They're not backing up their statements with fact. They're not reading the Constitution. That is the basics of, you know, being able to back up your argument with facts. And that's all I've done. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not using emotion here. I'm not saying, you know, look at this kid that died. We need to ban guns because of that. I'm saying here are the facts. Here's the Second Amendment. Don't infringe on my rights. That's all I mean, that's all there really is to it. If anybody asks me, you know, why can't we just do this? Why can't we do this? The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So don't infringe on it because the Constitution says so. If so, you need to change the Constitution. If you change the Constitution, you can't, because it is the Constitution. Is what we are founded on. It worked for 270 plus years. It'll keep on working for me. And guys, that is all I have to say about this issue. One thing I want to leave you guys on is I'm sorry about the gaming on this. You know, it's not gonna be lined up because I don't have like a gameplay over this. So it's kind of be random, you know, might end all of a sudden, I don't know. I might just let it play, not really 100% sure. But I want to let you guys know that your comments, you know, all your feedback is welcome in the comment section below, as long as it's not, you know, yelling, you know, saying my opinion's wrong, yours is right, you know. As long as it's an adult comment conversation where we can have, you know, back and forth, a civil debate, perfectly fine with me. But if it's something, you know, just going off on a tangent, not accepting other people's opinions, not having an actual discussion, it's going to get deleted because it's not necessary, and that's not the kind of stuff I want on this video. So if you guys enjoyed this, I'm not going to ask for a like because this video is, you know, it's all about, you know, having our opinions. But if you appreciate the fact that, you know, I'm open to opinions, and you're one of those type of people that are open to opinions, go ahead and like the video, comment in the section below. Let's have a debate. I love debating. It's my favorite thing in the world. But let's do it civilly and like adults. And that is all I ask for you guys today. Peace out. My name is Thin. I'm out. I'm a